Hello, and welcome to another Mystic Frequency short collective reading. Today is January 2nd, 2026, and we are going to see what the collective needs to be aware of. And we're going to use a self-affirmation for the day that you may be feeling or trying to channel to bring to you currently. Then we're going to look at your animal guides that are currently with you, trying to give you wisdom, insight, or even a push or a nudge in the direction that you're going in. And then we'll do a couple of card pulls. But wherever this reading finds you, no matter where you are or what month it is, there's something in it for you that you need to be aware of. But I'm looking forward to it, so let's go ahead and kind of set things off to the side. I did go ahead and made sure that the energy was shuffled through and different from yesterday's reading, so that way we didn't accidentally pick up something that wasn't supposed to resonate through. But let's go ahead and what is the affirmation that pile this is there's not going to be multiple piles. It's just, or you may feel like things are piling up on you right now and you feel like you have a little bit too much. Or it could be a sign that the things that you're working on are slowly piling up for you. And I hope that's the case. Blessings and abundance. And if today is your birthday, or if you have a birthday on January 2nd, happy birthday. You deserve to celebrate for making it another year around and being here with us. I am lovable. I love that. So you are someone that is very caring, someone who puts people before your own needs. And even when you don't feel like you are a loving person, you really are. When you tell yourself that I'm going to be hard and I'm not going to let anybody tell me to do something I don't want to do, you still end up taking care of people, even when you shouldn't be taking care of others and you should be taking care of yourself. But you're very lovable, even when you're sick, even when all the odds are against you. You are a very lovable person. And even if you don't feel like that, the spirit guides are saying, yes, you are lovable. So try to bring love into the situation. Try to find ways to be more compassionate and I'm hearing being forgiving when you do have to make firm decisions that are for the better good of others. And that's what I'm getting. It's hard. I'm hearing hard love. And hard love is love too. Even though someone may not know what is for their highest good, it is what they need in that moment. And I feel like you are that person that needs to understand that even though things are probably rough, especially if you do feel like you have a lot of piles around you, through each pile that you go through or through each obstacle that you are going through, that hard love was making you even more lovable. And I love that y'all got that. All right, let's see what animals are coming to play for y'all. What animals are working with this collective reading to help them be more lovable, to be more compassionate, to be able to love themselves, and to feel like they are a lovable individual. What animals? All right. Okay. Ooh, we have the sea otter again. So the sea otter came out in January 1st reading. And the sea otter is happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So maybe you didn't think that you were going to be getting a committed love, or that all these previous relationships you cut yourself off and told yourself that you're not going to put yourself in a situation that you were presently in again, but your guides are telling you not to close yourself off and to continue loving others, because this picture shows otters that are taking care of their family and they're taking care of their friends that are around them. And when you are a loving and compassionate person, you are lighting up the world and you are helping assist those on their own spiritual quests, their own journeys towards finding their own love. By you showing how to love someone, you are sending that energy out into the world so that way you may receive the love that you are sending out. And if you close yourself off from being happy, you are not going to find that committed relationship that you are looking for, especially when you are being hard on yourself. And then here we have squirrel, always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. So, going back to those piles I was talking about, and hard love, maybe you have certain people around you that really need to see that you are willing to put boundaries in front of you. And even if you did have to cut them off, you were doing it for their benefit. And this squirrel, it can't just take off and fly like the birds around them. It wants to. It wants to be able to run from the cold. It wants to be able to go to a place that has a better environment for them to feel nutritious, but it doesn't have that ability to do so. So it has to learn how to scavenge and forage and maintain its energy in an effective way so it can get through winter. And all that hard work that you're doing right now, today, it's not for naught. And if you allow yourself to be positive and to be cheerful, and when people see you picking up tasks that look really hard to them, but it looks easy to you, it encourages them to do the same thing that you did. Maybe you didn't think that you could have this loving relationship that this otter has with its significant other and with their children, but by being around these individuals, it makes you curious to have that for yourself. And there are other people, maybe you don't see this person on the rock, but by you being in the water and being around your loved ones and your friends, somehow this connection is coming through for you. And that's what I'm getting. And it almost makes me feel like you're looking at all these people that have their partners and you want that for yourself. And you don't know how to obtain that. Maybe you are this most lovable, this most cheerful person, but it's just like it hasn't happened yet. Divine timing is everything here. And what is being given to you will only happen if you don't allow yourself to get distracted by looking at what everyone else has, because comparison is the thief of joy. And it makes me think that this squirrel has his arms crossed and he's like, must be nice. And you're being asked not to have that kind of mental thought to come through, but rather see, what did they do to make this work? How did they make this relationship work? And it was through being able to pass off and take turns, because birds, while one parent is at the nest, the other parent is leaving to go get food. And then they're taking turns. And when you are taking turns and allowing love for the other person, you are allowing them to rest. You are allowing yourself to be more lovable. What else? What else, Spirit? Go ahead and pull this one. We have the heron. Patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently toward your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. I love seeing herons. Sometimes we see them along the river, along lakes and ponds, and they are the masters at waiting for the right opportunity. So if you're doing all the work, if you do the work now and you allow yourself to be patient with those that aren't in a position where they can be more lovable with themselves, you are providing them the things that they need in that moment, because they may have not had patience to grow, patience to work through their difficult times, patience to work through their issues that they may have picked up and carried along with them on their journey. And here, because you're being lovable, because you want to be patient, I almost feel like this is someone that is that friend's counselor that just has this infinite knowledge on how to make a relationship work. But when it comes to you having a relationship, it falls through. Because the love you have, you are trying to enter into a relationship where you already feel like you need to help them work on something. And that's not the case here. You're being asked to be patient and wait for this other patient crane, this heron, to come in and stand next to you. That looks at divine timing as not something that is working against us, but allowing us to wait for the fish that is coming through, that is ready to strike. And you need to be more confident about the purpose that you have, and know that you do have a purpose. You may have multiple purposes, and these multiple purposes you have are helping you develop what type of love you need to be bringing to the situation. All right, I'm going to pull 2 more cards, and then I will get you 2, maybe 3, whatever Spirit makes me feel called to do. I really loved how January 1st pile kind of like laid itself out. Okay, what do we have here? We have the white stag, protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. And that's the thing about you. You do create blessings wherever you go, with whoever you meet. And that's why people come to you for advice, is because you do have this old soul that lies within you, that maybe you get kind of frustrated with it, that you have all this information. But that information, it's like you want to tap into what it is that you are helping others with, but it doesn't work for you. And I honestly feel like if you could find another person who is an old soul as well, that person would have exactly what it is that you need in the moment. And you were very protective. If you didn't feel like you were being protected throughout this journey, because that's what I'm getting from this reading today, it's somebody that wants a love for themselves just as they express the love to others. They want someone that is able to pick up the things that they can't pick up, because you are a hard worker and you're always prepared. And you want someone to be just as prepared as you are. And maybe that's where that dynamic kind of fell through, is you expected someone to be exactly like you, but that's not what you need. You need someone that has different qualities that make your areas of weaknesses strong. So that way you don't feel like you have to do all of it yourself. But you're being protected. And whatever intuitive thoughts that you may be having currently, listen to them, because they're going to be nudging you in the direction that you need to be going. All right, one more card, Spirit. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one. All right, we have Cougar, assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. And back to that the old soul, because this is coming through to me, is I'm feeling like you are an old soul. And when someone comes in with this young, youthful, I can conquer anything kind of energy, it kind of unsettles you because you're looking for someone that is very mature, someone who has already seen the ropes, somebody that has already made an impact on the world themselves. And I'm feeling here, you need to allow yourself to accept those who have a young soul. A young soul will benefit your old soul because you will be able to balance and develop patience with that young soul. And that young soul will learn from you why it is important to be more wiser about the decisions that they make and why it's important to prepare, especially if we are not able to change ourselves in order to fly in a different direction. And you are being asked to be more assertive by allowing yourself to be still, allowing yourself to be quiet. And with the squirrel, coming back to that squirrel energy that I'm thinking of, comparison. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't compare yourself to other people and their journeys, or the fact that it was easier for them to obtain certain things that are harder for you. Don't compare yourself to that, because that closes your heart off from accepting love. And because you are someone that's always giving advice, have you ever thought about opening up to others and asking them for advice? How does that feel when you have to actually ask people for feedback? Does it make you feel a certain way? Because feedback, if you are actually looking for it, it can be a very powerful tool in your pocket. And it's the only way people are going to know that you're struggling with something that was easy for them. And it's through those strengths that we really are able to bond with others. All right, let's go ahead and I would like to say you should know where it is that you need to be going and what you should be doing, because you are preparing. You already have this intuitive sense. You know that winter's coming. You know that there are things that need to be taken care of, these piles that we need to be putting leaves on so that way they don't get damaged, especially our acorns, making sure that our acorns don't grow mold or get stolen from another. And that's what I'm also getting is maybe you're scared of somebody taking what it is that you have. And so it's easier if you don't have anything, then nobody can take it. But that's closing you off, and that's not fair to you. All right. So we got 3 here. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, we have the 9 of Cups. So when you do the work, do you allow yourself to allow for emotional happiness to actually come in? This emotional fulfillment. This person has so many cups already that they have worked. These are relationships. These are all of these things that have worked in their life that they have kept. And in this image, it's showing the relationships that did not serve your highest good. It's almost like you're pouring them out. And now we're being left with just these 5. And the 5 is making me think of we're kind of starting to feel that conflict where we had to cut people off. We had to give people hard love. And we're starting to notice that we don't have any more room on our mantle to bring more relationships in because we felt bad about having to make hard choices, hard decisions. But this Nine of Cups, you were almost there. You were almost there to having what really will make you feel fulfilled, where you are able to build a life where you are happy and you have this home and this legacy, and everything is just perfect for you. And this Nine of Cups is saying, don't be scared to have to let go of what needs to be let go of. Because just having these 5 cups alone, you are more prosperous. You are more in a better position to accept any change that comes through. And you need to allow yourself to be willing to accept the people who, even though it may be difficult at first, and you are uncertain whether or not they are going to give you that balance you are looking for, because we have 2 cups on this side and we have 2 cups on this side. So there's a decision here where you are trying to make these choices, where you are looking for a partner that can pour into your cup just as they pour into your cup. And you are not allowing an individual to come in and try to ruin the relationships that are already behind you, that you have already taken care of. And that's I really am. You are someone that is very protective of those that are around you, and you are willing to fight for those people, because we do have the assertive cougar here. And you don't want, if someone was to come in and try to take that happiness from you, you will be very, very firm. You will have this kind of cougar face that if anyone should try to take from, and maybe you're okay with people taking from you, but you're not okay with people taking from those that you love. And that's where your hard love comes out. And how can you be that way with yourself, where you don't allow someone to take advantage of you and take advantage of everything that you've already given to yourself? And this is also saying that when you do the hard work, please take time. You are allowed to eat the cake you make. So if you make a cake and you are sharing it with others, you are allowed to enjoy the efforts it took in order for you to make that cake. And this one is the Ace of Swords. So we have this opportunity to be communicating something with someone, and it's being given to us. There is this, and this could be a text message. This could be someone reaching out and asking if you would like to do something. This is, and because this is in the mind, there's an opportunity to look at something that has weight on your mind and making a decision about it. And the Ace of Swords, because it is the beginning, this is something very new. It's up to you to reach out and take this sword if you want, and be able to make smart decisions around the people that you are surrounding yourself with. But this is the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords, that's really good energy to be having. And the more clearly you can think about a situation, the more you are able to bring love into that situation. And these are, like I said, this is where you're thinking about those that are around you. Who do you want to keep? Who do not help you make feel abundant? Who don't fill your cup up? Who continuously take from your cup? And who do you need to let go in your life? And letting go of someone for your highest good it can be very hurtful and it can be very challenging, but it is just so that way you can protect the things that you are willing to fight for behind you. And you're being given the sword in order to do so, and it is being handed to you. And this one is the Two of Swords. Oh, okay, and it is in reverse. Okay. Maybe you've been thinking really long about a decision, thinking really long about what it is that you need to be making, and you can no longer see clearly about these options that are available to you. And you've got your arms crossed again here. So the squirrel has his arms crossed, and in here, the arms are crossed as well. And if you were to allow yourself to actually go within, and in this moment, maybe you've used your mind to think through everything, and you cut off that part of your heart that would prevent you from making a decision, because in the past, these decisions haven't been able to work out. So you've just decided, well, I'm not going to trust what I feel any longer. And that caused you to be unable to make decisions, because your heart and your mind have to be able to work together in order to make clear choices. And this is an opportunity. This is a decision that is coming through that it seems like you have already been thinking about for a very long time. And you need to decide if this is a relationship that you want to explore in, or if you are going to let this other person down. That's what's coming through. Because it seems like this person has been very patient with you, waiting on you to open up to them. And they have given you every reason to prove that they weren't going to treat you a certain way. And you have put them through the ringer, and they have still been there. They've been here for you while you were trying to figure things out. And you even put them around your friends to see if they would work with your friends. And now you're being asked to finally make a decision, because you can't wait any longer. This person has already done all the work that they need to be doing. So allow yourself to bring love to that situation, and to think of all the times that this individual came in and actually proved their worth to you through their words and their actions. And you will see that they will have this crown around them, and that is when you will need to know, okay, I can put you. And then you'll have 6 cups up here, because 6 is nostalgia. It's taking memories from the past and being able to make them more present in the future. And you are going to want to put this person here with you, so that way your arms aren't crossed. I really do feel like you have been really making someone work really hard for your love. Really, really, really hard. And it's only because you've had to be this way to yourself and others. I'm going to look at the back of the deck so I can get some information. Look at that. You have the Queen of Swords. And underneath that, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Queen of Swords. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You don't let your heart come through to make a mess of things. And you are willing to really be firm about what it is that you are telling people. And you have this ability to intellectualize everything out. You plan everything out. And the Ten of Pentacles, that's what you want. You want this long-lasting, stable relationship that actually goes in a direction that, and look, we have this woman She's old in here, and in this woman, she's young. And it is in your youth and your ability to act on what it is you are thinking about in the moment that is helping you build the future that you are wanting. But I do want you to understand something about these two pictures. Do you want to do this alone? If you were in the future and you were alone and you obtained this hard work by yourself, but this person doesn't seem very happy about what it is that they have obtained. And this queen is almost getting ready to reach her hand out because she wants to trust her emotions. She wants to build something for herself. And it's through this instant opportunity where someone communicates with us and actually says, hey, do you want to take this to the next level where you will be emotionally abundant and happy? And it's there at the back of your subconscious. You're thinking clearly about what it is that you wish to build for yourself. And when you finish a chapter, you can then start on the next one and allow yourself to allow someone come in and give you the advice that you have been giving to someone else. You will be much more prosperous. Someone that has no problem with doing the work themselves, but you can obtain this faster in your youth. You don't have to wait till you're in your 80s, your 90s to obtain this, because it feels like if you do it by yourself, it's going to take a lot longer. Allow yourself to reach out to grab this hand that is trying to offer you a way to think about something differently. But that is my collective reading, and it does feel like a very, very loving situation that is trying to come through. Maybe you have been hard on yourself, because the Queen of Swords, when she cuts herself off completely and allows herself to block her emotions from coming through, it would have showed up in reverse. And it would have mean that you were being very hard on people around you and not allowing this joy to kind of come in. You would have been very impatient with everybody and not allowing them to grow. And then you would have stopped giving advice. But if you have been thinking about something for too long, you need to go ahead and make a decision on it. Test the waters. That's what I'm hearing. Test the cups. If it's not fulfilling, then you know there is something greater for you. All right, my pile, or I keep saying pile. All right, this is my collective reading. Go ahead and look at the piles that you need to be thinking about more clearly so you can make an effective choice. And I hope you find the patience you need in that moment. Bye, everyone.